Good morning. I'm your Professor Carol Goolsby for BADM 310, which is Principles of Management. And I'd like to welcome you to this semester. Since this is an online class, I just wanted to give you a quick little video if you have not utilized Brightspace or Connect before. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with you. And first off, what I wanted to share with you is when you want to go in and actually get to Brightspace, you can go to the Shepherd website, which is shepherd.edu. When you are on that site, here's your Brightspace tab. You also can get to your email through here as well. There's Rail and some of the other areas that you may need access to throughout the semester. So when you go into Brightspace, it'll actually take you here, and all of your classes should be listed down here for the upcoming semester. You also have a waffle up here, and this would also give you your classes listed here. When you find them, you can pin them to the top. So if you have old classes up here, you can just click on them to unpin them, and you can pin your new classes to the top, and that's a quick, easy access to your classes. So we're in the Principles of Management class, BADM. And basically, what I wanted to share with you is where all of your assignments and everything you'll be working on will be in this content folder. You also have a class list because you're going to be working in a group project. So if you want to see who else is in the class and maybe those are people you want to work with, you'll be able to do that as well. Your grades will be found here also. So I'm going to go into the content folder. And in the content folder, this is where it will be broken down week by week, everything that you need to do throughout the semester. First off, your syllabus is located in the first folder there. So if you click on that, it opens it up. And then I would appreciate you taking the time to read through the syllabus. A lot of the information is pretty standard across all of the classes. So I just wanted you to take a look at things that are unique or different to this class. So I have a grading procedure listed in here. Basically, each week you will have a chapter that you'll be reading in Connect. After you read the chapter, there'll be an assignment where you'll answer some questions or do some multiple choice or kind of matching questions with the concepts that were introduced in that chapter that you read for that week. And then you'll actually do an assessment, which is a test that you'll take, or a quiz you'll be taking over that chapter as well. These will be done through Connect, which is McGraw-Hill publication, and I'll go over Connect with you in just a little bit as well. So each of those are 15 points. So that's giving you 300 points for doing each of those assignments over all 15 chapters during the course of the semester. Then you also have a team project where you'll be working on a PowerPoint that will go over the 4 functions of the manager, and I'll show you those in just a minute. And then when you add those points together, you have a possible 1,000 points you can earn during the semester. This is the breakdown of your grades. So in order to get an A, it tells you how many points you have to earn, a B, a C, a D. You don't earn at least 600 points, which would be a D. Anything less than 600 would give you a grade of F. So once again, I would urge you to read this, but if you go to the end of this, this actually gives you a week-to-week breakdown of what is being discussed in each week. The first few chapters, the first 3 chapters are just talking about the environment of management, and it goes over a couple of things. Then you get into the 4 functions of the manager. The first one is planning, and it goes through 3 chapters on the functions of planning and what level of management are utilizing those different functions and at what capacity. Then you go into organizing, which are 2 chapters, and in there it will discuss then those functions and what levels of management are utilizing those functions. And then you will go into, actually there was an extra chapter when you came back, so there were 3 chapters in organizing as well. Leading, this is the other function of managers, and this has 5 chapters that you'll be going over in leading. And then controlling is just 1 chapter. So basically, when you're working on your group projects, you will be taking the information that you learn in each of these chapters. You can see some chapters only have one. So like if you have 4 members in your group and there's 4 functions, I wouldn't necessarily just give a function to each person, because you can see some of the functions, like leading, has a lot more chapters to cover. So you want to make sure you're pulling out the main points from each of these chapters. So it may take 2 people to work on leading. And then organizing, you have 3. Planning, you have 3 as well. Or you might somehow have 2 people working on the controlling and the leading together to kind of even out the workload for the project. So basically, you would go into the week 1 folder, and here are Connect orientation videos if you haven't used Connect before that you can watch. And then there's also a smart book that shows you how to use the smart book if you have not done it before. If you have used these before, you can just email me and let me know you've used Connect orientation. You've used Connect before, so you did not watch the orientation or the smart book, and I'll still give you the points for doing that assignment. Otherwise, you're going to go in and just click on the chapter. As you're reading the chapter, you have to make sure you answer the questions as you read. That's what earns you the points. So be sure you are answering the questions as you read to earn the points for reading the chapter. Then you'll go into the assignment, and whatever the assignment is, you complete that and you earn those points. And the same thing, you take the assessment on that chapter. When you actually start off, if you go into the Connect orientation, you will launch the assignment here. When the very first time you go in, it's going to ask you for information about yourself. Make sure you're using Shepherd's email address when you set up your account in Connect. If Connect asks you to pay for the course, or it asks you for an access code, then what you need to do is select the free 2-week trial, because you do not have to pay and you do not need an access code. Then you have to email me and let me know that it's asking for those things so I can contact McGraw-Hill tech support to make sure that you can get the classes, that you should not be charged with the class or need the access code. In the interim, for 2 weeks, you'll be able to use it for free while we get all of this taken care of. So make sure you let me know if it's asking you that so I can get that taken care of for you. And then, like I said, each week you just basically go in, read the chapter, answer the questions, do the assignment and the assessment each week. When you get to after week 4, you'll notice that there is a folder for the team project. So basically what it does is if you click on that, it just describes what you need to do for the team project. So you would just go through, read the information. Once again, you're working in a team. So when you present me with, it's a PowerPoint presentation on the 4 functions, the PowerPoint should flow consistently the same way throughout. So it shouldn't look like, 4 or 5 different people put this presentation together. It should look like it was worked, you collaborated, you worked together, you followed the same theme throughout the whole entire PowerPoint presentation. You may have one person in the group kind of managing it and making sure that things are getting turned in a timely manner. Going back through reading for typographical errors or punctuation or whatever. So once again, when you're doing a PowerPoint presentation, it should just be bulleted points on each topic that you're discussing. It should not be full written out paragraphs and sentences and things like that. So once again, make sure you read through this. Also, what I ask you to do is make sure that by February 16th, let me know. You can let me know before that time, at least by the 16th. Let me know if there's anyone you'd like to be a part of a team with. That way I'll put you together. Otherwise, I'm just going to add you to a group if I don't hear anything from you. The project is not due until week 15. That's during the week of finals on that Friday. But you should be working on it as you're learning those topics. You should be gathering the information. Whoever's doing that portion of the project should be going in and gathering the information and putting it together while you're learning that part. So I just wanted to share that with you. It is worth 100 points. So I would like for you to take that seriously. As the groups come in here, people tell me I will start adding them to this list. And then there's a more button which will show you all of the groups and who's in the group. So you know what groups you've been assigned to and who are the other members in that group. And then once again, you'll just work through week by week, going through all of the different ones. In week 14, however, there are 2 chapters that you will be doing. So just be aware that that last week you have 2 chapters in Connect 15 and 16 that you'll be doing to wrap up all of the chapters that you'll have to do for the semester. And then in week 15, that is when your team project would be due on that Friday of the week of finals. So if you have any questions at any time about anything, you can certainly email me. You can also visit me in my office, which is in Whitehall 225. I do teach those days, but I do have some office hours as well. So if you need to meet me in person on Monday and Wednesdays, I'm in that office. On Tuesdays and Thursdays, I'm actually in the Applied Business Lab, working with local small business owners, and students can do an internship working with them. And that is located on the first floor in Whitehall, all the way end of the hall in room 106. So if you need to visit me on a Tuesday or Thursday, that's where you would find me on those days. Or once again, you can certainly email me at any time with any questions, comments, or concerns. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen. And once again, just welcome to BADM 310, Introduction to Management. And I look forward to having you this semester in the class.